All right, so here's my progress report for the final technical report in Word 204. So to begin, I titled my report "A Look at the World's Largest Sport," and this is a technical background report. And I'll get into the what sport I'm actually talking about here in a second. But I did decide to make this the title and not actually include the name of the sport that I'm talking about, just to kind of make it more subtle and not just so bland. But the purpose behind this project, I chose to write this report in hopes of providing information about a sport that many people are uneducated about or simply just have very little knowledge about, and that sport is soccer. Picking the primary auditor was somewhat difficult because at first, I kind of thought in my head to just pick a large group of people to write this towards, because that would have been, I guess, easier to do instead of just focusing in on one specific person that would really benefit from the information that was provided. And I did decide to pick my roommate due to his willingness and desire to try and learn about a new sport, and in hopes of giving this information to him so he can decide whether or not he possibly wants to start watching soccer in his free time or just start following the sport more actively. So, some exigence on the report. I decided on this topic for the report for a few reasons, with the main one being that I consider myself a near subject matter expert on the topic. This allowed me to have confidence when writing this and have plenty of things to talk about within the report. If I chose another topic that I wasn't like too knowledgeable about, say neuroscience, like I would be pretty lost just trying to write 3,000 words on something like that. So I thought it was good that I picked something that I have a passion for and that I have a broad knowledge on as well. So meeting the word requirement and just having a good flow in the paper wouldn't be an issue. And along with that, background report based on soccer is very relevant in our current society, just due to the many people having that aforementioned lack of knowledge about it. Uh, premi- pre- Preliminary findings. I didn't really have any of those, just mainly because all of my research was secondary. There wasn't really anything new that I learned about per se while doing research for this report. Um, this the secondary research was just used to strengthen and support the claims and information that I was given in the report, rather than me learn new information about soccer, since I already pretty much know all there is to it. Mostly just like the basics, which is what I was covering in the report. And so, what still needs to be accomplished? Right now, I'm sitting at about 3,100 words into the report. I've completed all the front matter, excluding the list of figures, and about 80 to 85% of the body portion of the document. I've also included all the necessary six sources as well. Right now, I've just been focusing on trying to tweak and refine those sources in certain parts of the document, because I think it's important to insert those properly and not just, put it in there and kind of confuse the reader. So I think it's good to have a good flow and good. It makes sense when I put them in there rather than just trying to confuse my auditor when I insert them in there. And I have remained on schedule according to the Gantt chart that was included in my proposal, with the hope that I can complete the final draft by the end of this week, which is May 7th. So here's the current Gantt chart update. The baby blue portion right there in these boxes is what I have completed so far, and this navy colored blue is what I still have to complete, which I mentioned in the previous slide, which is the edit and submit the final copy of the report, which is the week of May 3rd through the 10th. So I am trying and hoping to finish that by May 7th. There has not really been any major changes to the proposal. Everything I outlined in that, I've pretty much stick true to in this report. No major changes, and I think I've completed everything in a pretty timely manner as well. I haven't tried to put this like push it back or procrastinate too much on it just because I know it would kind of be a pain to type up 3,000 words in about 3 nights and make it look good. So I have taken my time on this, and I think it has progressed very well so far. And I think at this stage of my report, the most helpful feedback that I could get would just be further proofreading by my peers or just my friends or whatever, because myself reading my own words, there's going to be certain things that just like don't stick out to me or that go unnoticed that need to be changed or tweaked to like make it more grammatically correct or to make it flow better. So I think once further proofreading is done, and also just whether to know whether everything is clearly structured and organized throughout the report, I think those two would be the best feedback that I could get at this stage of the report. But like I said, everything is fairly done. About 80-85% of the entire thing is completed right now. And I am hoping to get it all wrapped up by May 7th. So thank you.